see each and every one of you here today in this first Sunday in November, and our theme for the month is I trust in the power of spirit. I trust in the power of spirit. Does anybody here, other than Emma, know nice lady? Nice lady. Nice lady. Oh, let me tell you about nice lady.
Northeast on South Main Street for Vance Avenue.
Meet nice lady.
Meet nice lady. Whenever we're somewhere and we need to figure out where to go, we call up nice lady. The GPS, and she has a nice voice, and we put her over the speaker of our car. Or when we were in New York a few weeks ago, when we were walking in downtown Manhattan trying to find our place, nice lady got us where we needed to go. And so we'll say, thank you, nice lady. When she says, at the next turn, turn left, or in 2,000 feet, prepare to turn right, those kinds of things, nice lady is there. And the really amazing thing about nice lady is sometimes you think, well, I know how to get there. The nice lady will tell you another way to go. And sometimes you will go the way you think you need to go, and then you figured out why nice lady told you not to go that way, because there was a traffic jam, or there was construction, or something like that. But nice lady, you know, is that part that we're appreciative for because it reflects the GPS, global positioning system. And the thing of it is that wherever you are, in particular, it can help you get to where you need to be. And as I thought about nice lady, I thought about the whole idea when we talk about the power of spirit, how spirit, and when we talk about spirit, meaning God, meaning the universe, meaning however it is that we want to term it, that ultimately we have available for us several things that I think nice lady and all of that envisions. And part of that is when we begin to talk about two words that sound kind of fancy, but they're really, really not as fancy or hard to understand. But one is transcendence and the other is immanence. Transcendence and immanence. The transcendence of God and the immanence of God. Now, a lot of people focus on the transcendence of God, meaning God is out there and all of this and the powerful and the vastness of God and all of that, which ultimately is true about God. We know that God is all there is, that God is out there and is vast as the universe, and the universe is vast and all of that. But immanence means presence. It means immediate presence. And the thing of it is when we begin to talk about the immanence of God, as the science of mind reminds us that universal principle is impersonal yet personal to all. It's available to all of us. And so what does this mean? A few years ago, I was on the campus of the University of Memphis. I was there to teach a class, and I got there a little bit early. And as I was walking past the library, I got the urging to sit. My mind was going everywhere, and I sat down on a bench right there in front of the library, and I could smell the flowers that were there. And all of a sudden, in that moment, I was transported to see the universe in its vastness. I mean, saw the stars and the solar system and all of that in that one immediate moment. And just as I saw all of that, I also saw my place, my position, if you will, in the midst of all of that. I saw in vastness and I saw in specifics. And I began to understand something then and there about my place in the universe and your place in the universe. And I began to understand then, as time went on, that you and I have a guidance system that allows us to navigate through life and gives us what we need to know when we need to know it, if we only learn to listen. And I had a meeting this week with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how in the things that we have been doing, how along the way we've been guided by, for example, dreams. And she told me about a dream that she had in particular about the organization that she has now and the things that the organization has put together and how importantly that she doesn't even know completely what all of it means, but because she allows herself to be guided by spirit, whatever needs to happen and when it needs to happen, being open to spirit allows it to come forth. And the resources and the people and all that's needed to make it happen comes forth because of allowing herself to be guided by spirit. And you and I have that ability. You and I have that available to us. And it's not something that we have to go out and try to get. Not something that we have to go out and try to seek and make to happen. It's with us here and now. God's guidance. In dreams, in those quiet moments when something tells us to do something and we don't completely know why, we just do it. In those places where we get an urging to go here or to go there or call this person or listen to that or whatever it might be, it's the universe, it's God, it's spirit, it's all there is that is guiding us. And it's available to us. Nice ladies finally get where I need to go. But a part of it, that is the second aspect that I think about when I think about God and spirit and all of this, is I also think not only is God guidance, but God is comfort. God is comfort. And I can remember just a few weeks ago, I was in one of those spaces and places and all of that, and I remember saying, you know, I understand God as principle. We talk about that a lot in our teaching, God as principle and all of that, and we say, you know, principle is not bound by precedent and all of that. I said, but right now, I don't necessarily need just principle. I need presence. I need to feel God right where I am. And I need to know God right where I am. And I thought about how in the 23rd Psalm, how the 23rd Psalm is a song that speaks about the presence and the comfort of God. It talks about being, you know, led by the still waters, and it talks about rod and staff to comfort me. And all of that came flooding in, and I began to feel all of a sudden not just an intellectual understanding of God, but the presence of God, and how available it is to each and every one of us right here and right now, and how important that presence is. Because in life, we have many situations and circumstances that we all experience. We have things that happen. And you know, it's great when we're in a community like Open Heart and we're together and we can hear the words of encouragement. We can sing songs like I start my day with love and peace and joy, and it sounds good and we feel good and we get moving and all of that. But there are those times and those moments when the music stops and when nobody else is around, and when we find ourselves in situations and circumstances where we feel like we're the only one. And then presence reminds us, I am with you. I am here. And then finally, we have guidance. We have comfort. There comes power. There comes power, and not power that talking about in terms of domination or power in terms of, you know, getting and winning at all costs or anything like that, but it's just that blessed assurance of knowing that all of the power of the universe is available to you right where you are. And you don't have to do anything to try to win it over or try to deserve it or anything like that. You don't have to tithe, and you don't have to meditate. You don't have to do any of that. Some of meditation and being present and all of that will enhance it, but it is already who you are. And when you get a hold of what that really means, it means that then the lives that we live, whatever comes our way, we can handle it. We can say with assurance, I got this. I got this because I'm not here. I'm not doing it by myself. I'm not doing it on my own. I'm not trying to make anything happen, but I'm making the presence and the power and the guidance of God welcome. And as I make it welcome, things begin to unfold. Things begin to happen in my life. I begin to recognize and realize truly who I am. I remember years ago when I made the decision that I was going to stay in Memphis and Open Heart would eventually evolve out of that. And I was going through all kinds of personal turmoil and family turmoil and all of that because of the decision that I had made and all of that. And I remember one night being very restless and really going to bed, just agonizing over, am I making the right decision? Am I making the right choice? What's going to happen? What's going to come of this and all of that? And as I went to sleep, it was then that I was looking for guidance. I was looking for comfort, and I was looking for power. And that next morning, when I woke up, before anything else happened, I heard the song by Ricky Byers-Beckwith, Om Shanti. In that particular line in that song that says, when there's peace in my mind, there will be peace in the earth. And as I heard that over and over and over again, it let me know that there indeed was guidance, there was presence and comfort, and there was power. And almost 13 years later, 12 years now, almost 13 years later, here you are. And I don't say that in a bragging way or anything else, but ultimately to say to you, what a blessed community each of you are. And I say community in each of you, because in your own self, that whole guidance, comfort, and power resides. And you are beyond measure, magnificent. You are precious. You are perfect. You are God in expression. All of us here today, I urge you to continue to trust